weight is finally lifted and I breathe. I know what that means. Yeah. We're trying to find peace.
Hello, Soiree enthusiasts. Today I'm going to show you how to fix a button. You're going to need thread and needle. If you need to learn how to thread a needle, you can watch my how to thread a needle video. You're going to need some scissors to clean up the threads. Take as much out as you can from the previous button to make room, make space for the new button. All right, here on this end I have a little knot there. You're going to put the button, if you look at this button, it's flipped over. You got to make sure the button matches. If you can see this button, it's got a curve in there. So when you sew on the button, you want to leave a little bit of thread so that it's not completely tight and it pulls the thread and the fabric into the button. You don't want it to look like that. You want it to look like this. Okay? So how I start the button, let's see. Here's the construction. I can go right through here instead of through the entire jacket. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start my stitch. To start a stitch, I'm going to pull the needle through the fabric and then pull it right back out right next to it. And I'm going to separate the threads right there at the end and put my needle through there. And that will start as my beginning stitch, my opening stitch. Therefore, you don't have to worry about the knot being pulled through the fabric itself. Sometimes the fabric isn't as tight as this. Then I'm gonna push my needle right back through as close to where the button needs to be. Okay. It has a horizontal look to it on this side. I'm gonna press my needle through the hole of the button here. Again, you don't want to make this too tight. You want to leave it a little room. Okay, let's do it right here to where it's loose. All right. You're going to look where you're going. See how I left some string right there? You're going to want to make that a little bit shorter and bring it right back through the hole that you just pushed it into. Now you're going to bring the string across. See, you're going to want to go from this hole to this hole so it matches this button. Now you can use all 4 holes. But today, I just want to match the other button. Okay. I'm going to do that a few more times. Remember, not too tight on the fabric. Make sure it's going through the correct holes. So that it can look nice and neat. See how it's not too tight on there. It's not taut to the fabric, therefore it's not pinching the fabric. Now, that looks pretty thick enough. That looks like it'll hold. You're going to want to push the needle in between the fabric and the button itself in order to do a closure. All right. Now, in order to close, I have this trick where you bring the thread around and then you make a knot by putting the needle through this part of the thread. Then you're going to tighten it behind the button, making it into a knot, making it even more sturdy. And I'm going to do that a few times. After you get the hang of it, it goes pretty fast. It's pretty sturdy button there. Looks like it's not going anywhere. Yeah, it looks pretty even. Looks like it never came off. Okay, so to close, I'm gonna go ahead and sew through the fabric down here, and in between that end part, all I'm gonna do is close the knot, close my stitch. And this, let me show you that again. I put the needle right by where the thread comes out of the fabric, and then I'm going to twist the thread around the needle a few times. Now roll the needle right back to where the beginning point of that thread comes out of the fabric. You're going to put your thumb right where the knot is or where the twists are, and you're going to pull that needle out. See, and there's a knot right there. Okay. All right, so after you're all done with the end knot, you're going to cut the excess string off, and voila. Buttons on there nice and neat. All right, so everyone has a different way of sewing on a button. Do you have a different way? Leave your comments and ideas in the comment section and hit subscribe. Turn on your notifications if you want more tips on sewing and crafting. Happy sewing!
When the weight is finally lifted and I breathe, I know what that means.